I really didn't want to have to make this the first Shadowverse Worlds Beyond video I make, but I feel like it's important that it gets made, and I'm not the only one making this kind of video. But if you go to the Steam page right now and take a look at it, the reviews are overwhelmingly negative. And if you just take a look at the reviews themselves, none of them actually say that the game is bad. It's all the negative reviews are about how greedy the microtransactions and monetization is and all of that. Like, for example, let's go to cards, right? Cards. And at first I didn't really have a problem with this when they announced it. But looking up at some other stuff makes this system a lot harder for new players and free-to-play players in general. So basically this liquefy system is kind of similar to how it was in the first game. However, there's more limitations on it. There's more of a barricade on your freedom of liquefying cards. So basically, all it is that you cannot liquefy any cards unless you have 4 or more cards of that, 4 or more copies of that card. So, Luminous Commander, I have 3 of them. I can't liquefy any of 3 of these, any of them. Fan of Odahime, cannot liquefy these 2 at all. See, look, can't liquefy. I can create one, but I can't liquefy it at all. Grayed out. And for me personally, this has never really been an issue because I pretty much did that in the first game anyways. Any copy I get over 3 of, I would liquefy all the extras because that's really all you don't need the extras. They just sit there. So I didn't really mind it at first until I realized something. In the first game, card packs costed 100 rupees. Now take a look at this. Just take a look at. Let's take a look at this. 500 rupees. So, liquefying cards gives you vials, and you craft cards you don't have with those vials. And in order to liquefy cards, you need cards in general. You need extras. You need more than 3 copies of a card. And they make it harder for you to actually get card packs for cards. So do you see where the problem is starting to actually arise? They're making it so much harder for the free-to-play player to get card packs, to get cards, to get the extras for the cards, and to get vials because you can't liquefy any of the cards that you don't have a full set of. So it's very unfortunate that this is the route that they went with their free-to-play system. And I actually thought of a good compromise, to be honest. Because at first I thought maybe you can't liquefy like a certain, like you can't completely liquefy all the cards because they need to work for the collection. Oh, okay, so see like, let's choose a random card here. Godwood Staff. I do not have Godwood Staff, right? But if I did, it will pop up here, and then it will level up my collection. So, if this was what they were worried about, which I don't think it is what they were worried about, to be honest. Say if I did liquefy all of Fairy Convocations. If I liquefied, you can't even liquefy. It's a default card, ain't it? Well, I guess I can't even liquefy from here, can I? Or maybe it's not showing up because I already liquefied all my extras. Either way. If I were to liquefy Glade, right? And I only have 1 of him. If I were to liquefy him, then he would be great out here. So in turn, would that lower my collection level? So I don't think... So I think that's like part of why they went this route. However, at the same time, I should be able to liquefy the 2nd and 3rd copy of a card and not liquefy the 1st card, right? And I think that's a good compromise. If they let you liquefy any card above your 1st card, so you can liquefy your 2nd or 3rd, but you can't liquefy your 1st card, I think that's a good compromise. But the fact that they made it to where you have to liquefy the 4th copy or more, that is very, very hard on the average player. And again, at the same time, upping the price of card packs. Now, you don't really get, as far as I know, you don't really get less rupees than like the first game. So like in this game, it does seem like you get a little bit more rupees, but it looks like such a small increase of rupees that it doesn't justify them upping the price of the card packs to 500 rupees. It doesn't justify it enough. They should either lower the price of card packs or increase the amount of rupees that you get. That's what they really need to do. I think that is the biggest problem with the game and why people are so upset. There are some like smaller issues here and there. Like I think the game isn't available in some countries, so they're just like giving it a negative review because of that. But I don't even think that's really Cygames' fault. I think that's really based on the country. But don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But there's another thing I want to bring up, which it was like this in the first game, but I hate it when games do this. So let's take a look at the premium, no, not premium, leaders. So let's see I wanted to get the Shadowverse leader set, all the original leaders from the first game. It will cost me 6,400 crystals. So I'm like, okay, how much is that? I'll go to buy crystals. The maximum amount is $80 here, and I only get 5,000 crystals. So I hate it when games do this. I'm pretty sure that, if I remember correctly, the first game did this as well. But again, like this shouldn't be praised or ignored, right? Like if I want to buy these leaders, it should just give me the option to buy the exact amount for these crystals, so I don't have to go through all this other bullshit right here and then just have to do math to see how much extra money I'm gonna have to spend, because that's obviously why they do it. They want to make sure that you spend more money than you actually need to. That's really voice crack. That's really the reason behind this. And unfortunately, this is something I don't think they're ever gonna change. I think this is gonna stay how it is. But I do feel like the current system with the liquefying and the 500 rupee card packs, I feel like that is going to change at some point in the future. I don't think they're going to ignore it, because if they ignore that, the game will not last long. It just will not. People are going to look at those overly negative reviews on Steam and never touch the game. People that love card games, that are interested in trying new card games, are going to enter that Steam page for Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, immediately be hit with an overly negative review rating, and then that's it. They're not going to download the game, they're not going to try the game, nothing. So if Cygames ignores this issue, the game will not last long at all. They need to fix this, and they need to be more appealing to new players and free-to-play players to keep people, for one, trying the game out for the first time, and two, keeping people engaged, because telling people, oh hey, you have to buy stuff to make the game easier, is not going to keep people playing. Like, I understand they want to make more money. Fine, but I spent money on the first game. I spent a lot of money on the first game for just cosmetics, right? Just do the same thing. Just release a bunch of good cosmetics at a fairly okay price. Doesn't even have to be the best price in the world, as long as it's just cosmetics. Who cares, right? But just release cosmetics and make that the bulk of your money making, right? And then let people just grind out the cards that they want at a reasonable pace. Because this is not a reasonable pace. This is a ridiculous pace that they have set up for new players and free-to-play players. It's insane. So that is the only issue I have with the game. Everything else about the game, the gameplay mechanics, everything else, fantastic, really fun. Even Shadowverse Park. I love the idea of Shadowverse Park and just like doing these private matches at the tables and then doing the knockout challenges at the knockout table, and then being able to watch on the big screen. It's cool. It's fun, right? But this system that they have that is set up to really kick the asses of free-to-play players and new players is not helping your game. It is killing it. So they need to fix this as soon as possible before the first DLC set comes out. Before that next set comes out, they have to address this, or this game is going to drop players rapidly. They have to make this a priority #1 issue to fix. So let me know what you think. Am I overreacting? Are other people overreacting? What do you think about my compromise about the liquefying cards? Make it to where you can liquefy the second or third copy, but have to keep the first copy of that card. Let me know what you think about that idea. And yeah, if you like what you see, this is Big Ol' Gasai signing out.